Uh-oh. It says we're live.
It does it?
Yeah, it says webinar.
Yeah, it does say live on
live.
YouTube.
Oh shit.
Oh snap. I gotta see this shit.
Yeah, how do I look at it? Do I just go to YouTube?
Hang on. I don't see it on YouTube. Let me see. Let's see here. Tasteless gentleman. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on YouTube. Are you guys? I don't see it on YouTube.
I see it now. All right. It probably just takes a second to populate. Let me share the link to Discord people. MacLeod. And then let's start this.
I still don't see it. I see 138. I still don't see the live. Let me try closing out of YouTube.
Thank you. All right, let's start recording. Record to this computer.
I need another cloud.
Alex? Where's Alex? Sorry, guys, we're just getting it rolling.
Alex is taking a shit. Yeah, Scoop, I still don't see it. I don't know why.
Yeah, other people are posting it though.
There it goes. I got it now.
Okay, cool.
Dom, no one wants to see your ass. Well, maybe I do, but
those cakes.
I don't think. Yeah, it's a slight delay. It's not huge though, but you got to make sure the shit's muted on YouTube. Otherwise, it really fucks with you.
Yes. Let me pull this up.
I love how Alex had to strategically place himself in front of the bridge and the booze.
All right, guys, we're gonna start in a few minutes. We're just a few 30 seconds, something like that. We're just waiting for a few people to trickle in. Alex is taking a shit. He's back now. I made that up. Let's start the motherfucking show.
Are we starting?
We're starting right now.
Dom, put your phone down. This isn't the studio.
I just want to make sure we was on. You know what I mean? Look at that. We on.
This right here.
Hey, sit your bitch ass down, fool. We starting the show. Oh, see?
It's funny.
But I'm in my own house, so I'm good, right?
It's funny because it's the same, but it's way different.
Way different. Way different.
It's very different.
Jess just asked if Dom's wearing Alex's beard. maybe it's more noticeable than I thought, dude.
Well, let's do the intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's so weird not knowing where to look. Welcome to episode 139 of The Tasteless Gentleman. Obviously, the quarantine episode, as you can tell, live on YouTube and via Zoom. We have Scoop in the shades.
Hey.
Are those new?
No, I've had these for a while. I just don't wear them.
I think those are my favorites of that particular brand that you
They're
have.
so stupid. I love them. They're so dumb.
Alex, I can see you better now. That's much better.
Yeah, once the sun goes down, that's it. It's over.
You don't got a kitchen light, fool?
Yeah, it's on already.
Who has lights? We're not made out of money, Dom.
My bad.
Yeah. And even if I wanted to get more lights, where am I supposed to get them right now?
Ace Hardware's open.
That's true. Yep.
Is it?
Target's open.
Yeah. Those are essentials.
We got Dom.
Hey, white claw it up, you know what I mean? With the toboggan, you know what's happening? Quarantine
Oh, shit. I'm going to go get a White Claw. I realized there are a few in my fridge. I might as well drink. I'll be right back.
So we just launched, I don't know if did you guys see this? We launched our the Tiger King bomber jacket all over print.
Are you talking about us as in?
My brother was asking if we can get one for toddler sizes because he wants to get one for his daughter.
I think we can. They're so fucking dope. But anyway, if you guys want to get those, they're on our website. It's kind of hidden because I'm making a bunch of more bombers, and I'll make a whole section. But I just made like 3 or 4 of them. I made another one that's Rickroll. It looks all 90s, and it has it's so funny. It has what were those things called? QR codes. Remember those? So it looks all 90s, but then the whole, like body of the jacket is actually a QR code. So you can
like you can functionally scan it.
So you can scan it and then it rickrolls you.
I can see myself in the reflection on your sunglasses, Scoop.
Good.
Brian said Alex looks like the Jewish Eazy-E.
More or less age.
That means I only got 6 months left.
We might all have 6 months left. Who knows, dude?
True. But yeah, if you guys want to check those out, we also have a bunch of other Tiger King things up there, other shirts, Tiger or Joe Exotic for president. Anyway, you guys know the code. Fuck Scoop. Thanks for being here live. This is we're gonna do Ask TTG. I know technically it's Ask ATG, but it just doesn't flow.
No, Ask A TTG sounds better in my opinion.
Sounds way better.
I don't know why, but you're right. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. So let's start with the questions from Discord, and then we'll go down the line. We'll read any super chats you guys see. I'll have to pull those up too.
I'm pulling. I have it pulled up right now. So if there's anything, that's how I got the Jewish Easy Eat.
I like it. All right, so Don, you got one.
What's up?
You got. I know there was a good one in the first couple.
Let's see. You want to ask one while I'm looking? I don't want to see here.
Yeah.
Hold up the time. I'm looking.
As you can tell, we really prepped for this.
This is about as much prep we do for our normal every time.
It's true though.
I got one.
All right.
Narazer, he asked, have you ever paid for sex, allegedly?
That's a good question. I don't think we've actually ever talked about it specifically.
I guess I'll go first. Yes, you're goddamn right. I don't give a fuck. You're goddamn right.
Easy, Tiger. Where did you pay for sex?
When I was living with one of my roommates, he took me down to TJ. The first time I went, I thought, there's no way I'm doing this. There's no way I'm gonna fucking do this. But then I went down there. I was like, dude, they're all tens. They're like.
Wait, when you said you were going down there and you weren't doing this, you talking about like you weren't going to pay for sex, or you weren't? Oh, okay. So this was already discussed beforehand.
Well, no. So okay. Let me back up. Okay. So when you go to TJ, and that's Tijuana for people who are on Cali or whatever. But when you go to TJ, it's basically they look like strip clubs. They are functionally strip clubs.
Yeah.
But they're not strip clubs. So
I mean, they are.
They are. You can enjoy yourself though. Like you don't have to do that part.
Remember the Chris Rock album with No Sex in the Champagne Room?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. It's sex in the champagne room.
So you're saying basically you walk in and it is a strip club, but you have the option to go further than the normal lap dance bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And so also the way it works is they bring these chicks in for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. From all over South America.
From all over the world,
and in some other countries or some other areas even, and so they're all banging, they're all fucking banging. So I go down there and I'm sitting there while my buddy goes up 2 times, old strong dick over there. And
wait, so just to illustrate, so basically like you're down enjoying the strip club and then you see one and she starts talking to you, you talk to her, you decide you want to fuck, then you just go upstairs to like a hotel room type
it's
thing?
Actually next door. Yeah.
Sounds like you've been before, Bradley.
No, I would admit that if I did, but no, I never have. That's why.
It's actually a hotel right next door. It's connected basically. And you negotiate price, but they're not really haggling.
How much was it?
$70 including the hotel.
So you're paying for a hotel room also?
Yeah. So I think it was 60, then plus 12 for the hotel for like 8 minutes.
I have so many questions. Is there a time limit? Like, can you do certain things and not other things? Like, what are the rules?
I don't know because I'm a 2-pump and then I'm out. But
we didn't get to the rules.
I didn't get to the cutoff knock on the door.
Yeah, that's my whole reason why I've never paid for sex is because to me it's just not worth a short amount of time.
Exactly.
$75 for 1 minute. What the fuck?
Yeah, what is this shit?
Like, I'll pay $75 if I can nut, and then we get to cuddle for fucking 74 minutes.
This is interesting. I want answers to these questions. I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went next door.
Next door. Yeah, I mean, do the deed. It really.
But I mean, is there foreplay, like, or is it just like get there, get undressed, and then
I was gonna add. I forgot about this until just now. But she basically put the condom on her
with
mouth.
her. Yeah.
But then, the whole thing, all the way down, unrolled it like a crazy person.
I'm surprised you didn't propose.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean,
that's impressive.
That's definitely a skill.
Yeah, no shit.
Bradley, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Come on.
Corona can shit. The way they're staying indoors.
But then the thing is, one of the guys that always used to go with my roommate ended up dating one of the chicks there, and then they got married so she could come over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing ever.
How long did they even stay married at all?
I didn't know that guy very well, so
Yeah.
I didn't really follow. But yeah, I just remember he'd bring her around after they got married. I'm like, bro, what?
I mean, dog, a couple of them are bad enough to save. I've seen a couple like, I'll save you right now.
But
You don't have to do this.
But as Alex pointed out, you can't save them. You know,
I
you can
mean,
try, but they're just
try.
gonna end up fucking ripping your heart out of your ass at the end of the day.
Dom's going full Captain Save-A-Ho.
Some of you got to, bro. You got to do it.
But I would support you in your Save-A-Ho endeavors, Dom. I would support you 100%.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
I would not support you.
Some of them you got to.
You have to, bro. Some of the bitches you have to save. Like, it's my
Dom,
duty.
Dom's out here with a boat with a bunch of women drowning, and he's trying to pick and choose which ones. Dom's pushing girls out of the lifeboats from the Titanic.
To put better bitches in.
Those for the bad bitches in.
Were there any other of us who have paid for sex? I personally have not.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, especially in Japan.
I was gonna say, see, I figured with the two of you being military, I figured you'd have some stories about that shit. Because isn't that when a lot of dudes just end up getting hookers, like when they're stationed at a base in another country?
I mean, I guess. I mean, any time is hooker time if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's a shirt. Okay, right, that's a shirt. Anytime is hooker time. That's gold.
I'm gonna add if you want it to be.
Yeah, we can end the episode right now. We're done. We've achieved what we needed to achieve.
DJ Hooker.
Yeah, man. But hey, in Japan there's this I forgot, but it was like this 4 or 5 block radius where like all the houses were just like whorehouses. It's like 4 or 5 blocks, homie.
Ridiculous.
That's a
Wait,
lot.
so when you
That's
say
like
you say houses, you mean a normal house, just like a
like Japanese normal houses, not like.
But I'm just saying, like, it's a residential house.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So wait, you just walk up and knock on the door?
You just walk in the hood. They out there. You know what I mean? They're in the streets.
But how can you distinguish and differentiate? Like, do they look like hookers? It's obvious.
It's obvious, bro.
Okay.
It's all within the same race. Every house is a fucking whorehouse.
Well, San Francisco for a while at least. I don't know if it was legal or not, but they were running full on like whorehouses in the city.
Really?
Like you would go in. So this was over kind of by like Roaring 20s in San Francisco, and I don't even know how we ended up in this fucking place, but like we were drunk as fuck after last call. We're walking down the street, and my boy like jets into this fucking doorway. And we go up a staircase and go into this fucking like office. It looked like an old office area. And in like the lobby, like waiting room was a desk, like a front desk, a bunch of couches, and then like a tiny stripper pole in the corner. And then there was like a bathroom right next to the front desk that had like just a bowl of fucking condoms and like all kinds of other shit.
Sounds lit.
And like we're sitting there and I'm looking at our boy and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, dude? Let's just fucking like get out of here. He's like, no, man. He had gotten shut down by every girl all fucking night, so he was pissed off. And he's like, no, man. He's like, no. He's like, I'm getting my fucking dick wet. I'm getting jerked off. And he starts like yelling at everybody, like all of us. And we're like, dude, we just want to fucking get some food and go the fuck home.
Dude, that's the weirdest, like, no, it's happening tonight.
Yeah.
Weirdest vibe. Like, dude, just have fun.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy ever.
So we're in the fucking room and they like bring all the girls out. And there's like a bunch of like rooms in like each office area that's behind the front desk. Mm-hmm. And so like I think each one of these girls had like their own room. And they all like came out and they sort of like did like a little parade in front of us on the couch. And like each one of them goes up on like the stripper pole and dances for a little bit, and then my boy picks one. And this dude fucking negotiated with her for like an hour and a half, and then didn't even make a purchase. He was trying to get the price down the entire fucking time.
Like he was more into the haggling than he was the actual sex.
Yeah, like it was a fucking swap meet or a flea market.
Wow. What's up with your boy, man?
That's what happens when you hang out with Jews.
I remember I used to get dressed up. Like I used to like I was going to the club. I used to get dressed up to go down there. And my boys, I was like, dog, like they don't care what you look like, fool. You're paying them for a service. We gotta get dressed up for the event. I'm like, what? I want to look nice. Like, man, they don't give a shit.
I remember. Go ahead.
Oh no, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like you also don't want to roll in there like a slob. Like even though you're paying, like you at least want to like believe that they want to have sex with you or would have sex with you. You know what I'm saying?
Not at this point in my life, man. I'm wearing the sweats with no drawers and a muscle shirt.
Yeah, you want to be cozy.
That's the strip club outfit, so you can just nut in your fucking pants when they're giving you a lap dance.
I remember I've been to Vegas, and I'm sure we all have, for various trade shows for work and shit. And it's so funny because every trade show I went out there for, we would always stay in like the cheaper hotels because the company was paying for it, so they didn't want to fucking pay to have you right on the strip. Anyway, so we're in like a fucking Radisson, and there's a bunch of dudes because it was like a fishing tackle trade show, and they're all hanging out at the hotel bar. And you just look at the bar, and there's like, out of all of these dudes who look relatively like dorky, you see like 4 absolutely gorgeous chicks, like completely out of place. And of course, every single one of them's a fucking hooker. But it's just funny to see they're surrounded by these fucking dudes who probably haven't been laid in a very long time. And they're just pawing at them, dude. Like
that's Vegas in a nutshell, dude.
I know.
I hate it when my friends are at the bars and the casino floor, and they're like talking to these girls who are clearly working.
Yeah.
And they like bring them over, like these girls are into them. I have to bring them aside every fucking time. I'm like, dude, that chick is a fucking hooker. Like, if you want to pay, go ahead. But don't act like she's here and she's interested in you for like she's not talking to you for that. Like, chill out.
Hey, sometimes you gotta pretend to boost the ego a little bit, dude.
I guess, man. Shit. But the drinks are free there.
That's why I like strip clubs, man, because I know they don't like me for me. They're not talking to me because of me.
But titties are titties, Dom. I mean,
that's true.
Damn right.
What's we got another question?
Let's see here. They're all loading. Let's see. So, how has COVID affected the podcast, T-shirts, the views, browsers on IG?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the podcast. It's hard to get together to do the podcast.
I mean, and especially in person during this climate. You know
during these times, during these trying times.
Well, it's also like because we have a studio in a building that's frequented by other people. You know, it's not just the 4 of us. If it were just the 4 of us, I'd probably be way more keen on fucking getting together and just doing a show.
And also, the airflow and the ventilation isn't good in the studio.
No,
so, if any of us is sick, everybody's getting sick.
And Dom likes taking risks. That's why I don't trust him.
What you mean? Not me.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Dom? You know what's funny is that if somebody were to say, hey, out of the 4 of you, who would you think would put himself at the most risk for getting fucking COVID? I would absolutely in a heartbeat be like, Dom. Like, for sure, without a doubt.
Dom is the kind of dude who's like, if I wash my dick in Listerine, it'll kill the fucking STD, right?
Dom's the guy who hides the zombie bite from the rest of the fucking crew. That's Dom.
I'm good.
He's pouring sweat. He's turning green. He's like, no, I ate something bad.
I mean, I did go to the grocery store to get some cookies. Like,
see, that's exact. You just proved our point.
I needed some though.
But just cookies, that's it?
Yeah,
I mean, some other stuff too that wasn't there. Toilet paper was there. I would have got some toilet paper, but ain't nothing there. You know what I mean? So I always get some cookies.
Are you washing your ass in the sink already?
Nah, not yet, but like it's getting real.
You could use that.
Wait, how long? Nah, not the toboggan, man. Not the toboggan. But how long you think this shit's gonna really go on, dog? Like I'm like, damn.
Months.
Yeah, I'm with Scoop. Yep. Yeah.
I'd say August at like the earliest.
August? Whole summer, man. Hot Boy Summer 2020 is shut down already?
Yeah.
It can still be Hot Boy Summer. You just gotta fucking do it on OnlyFans.
Well, man, I saw some article that was I think it was actually a press release by OnlyFans, but they said in the last week 3.5 million people have signed up, which is 75% of their entire base from before, and 60,000 creators. So 60,000 hoes, and probably some dudes in there too. But
60,000 hoes.
I'm gonna start jacking off and nutting on my toes for money.
Dude,
what if that's the new economy?
Doing that. Yeah,
that's the whole economy right there. Is OnlyFans
doing weird shit.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I mean, how weird?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, how weird would you guys get
on OnlyFans?
Yeah,
pretty weird.
Hey, if I gotta pay my mortgage, dude, I'll do whatever it takes. It doesn't really matter.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do anything I can on OnlyFans.
I mean, who's gonna see it? Like, my mom's not gonna be on OnlyFans looking for her fucking eldest son.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. My mom doesn't even have a cell phone. I'm pretty confident that she wouldn't be on the interweb searching for me fisting myself.
I feel like you could definitely rock a ski mask though, no? And
Oh,
just
yeah,
do
100%.
everything in a ski mask.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a cop out though.
What do you mean that's a cop out?
Like,
How so?
Yeah, like because like back in the day, porn stars had to like show their faces and do it all. And nowadays, people are like, "Oh, I can just do it and never show my face." Like that's
because they're fucking have a 9 to 5 being an elementary school teacher.
Says the guy wearing glasses, has a beard, and is a hat on.
exactly.
He's got a fake hair.
No,
it's actually a wig.
That's a good question though. Like, how, given the circumstances, let's say it persists for like another, let's say 6 months, and you're really fucking tapped. Like, how far is there a limit to what you would do on the internet to make money, to make ends meet, to provide for yourself?
Bro, motherfuckers are gonna get violent, and if it goes till August,
I agree with you. I don't
People
want to
are
see
gonna
that.
get
I don't want to
violent,
see
bro.
that personally, but I'm saying for funsies,
for funsies, yeah.
yeah.
There's a limit, yeah, for sure. There's a limit, but I don't know. I mean, it really depends. It really. If I
ain't
had
sucking
kids,
no
there's no
weeders.
limit.
No. I'm talking about you personally, like not involving other people, just shit you would do. Like, just like, because you know you'd have people fucking chiming in and going, "Hey Dom, go stick that crystal in your ass."
Yeah, true.
Or Dom, jerk off wearing that toboggan hat and your headphones and nothing else. You know what I mean?
I'm not doing that with my dookie either.
Yeah.
They
What if they said, "I'll give you 10 grand to stomp it down the drain"?
Oh yeah, we're doing that. Hey, my first rodeo. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Dom did it just to save face before.
Now I'm doing to get paid. What's up?
So
But yeah,
we totally got off track. What was it?
Yeah,
The
so the
quarantine.
The question was from True. Wait, no. It was from Flying Brian. It was and this is from Discord. How has COVID-19 affected the podcast, t-shirt sales, and the views? I mean, you know, the views are up, you know, generally.
Which makes
T-shirt stocks are at an all-time low.
Yeah,
Buy.
I mean, nothing really changed. You know, just for everyone who's in the t-shirt club and all that stuff, nothing really has changed except for shipping is a little bit slower than normal. But we're not Amazon. I can't call up USPS like
even Amazon is tripping.
Yeah. We were trying to get cameras for this and some like better webcams.
Yeah.
And they were, it was like 4 times the price, or it was out till April 15th. I saw some till May. Like, I'm not waiting till May, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The weird thing is I saw microphones were like all good.
Yeah.
Like, what do they define as essential?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, some stuff was on Prime still. Like, who needs that?
I legitimately
microphones
think
that's essential. Microphone?
I don't think it has to do with essential. I really think that they don't have that many fucking like webcams available. I think a lot of people are doing essentially what we're doing right now. It's like, anybody who had
an office.
Exactly.
Rather, yeah.
Everyone's working remotely. So if you have a shitty fucking webcam, you want
it's because everybody's signing up to OnlyFans and they're ordering webcams.
It's the same thing though. Everybody's ordering webcams.
That's the most likely answer.
Shoney said the gun range is still open.
Yeah,
because that's essential, motherfucker.
It's essential now.
Yo, I heard mad people are buying guns too.
A lot,
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of funny videos on the internet about people talking shit about first-time gun buyers.
My buddy works at a gun range. He was like, "It's crazy."
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers started looting. Me and my boy were talking about that too. He lives in New Orleans in the hood. He's like, "Bro, we got about like 2 more weeks. Motherfuckers can start looting."
Well, especially out there, they don't
exactly.
Those people from Louisiana and that whole area, they're all crazy, bro.
And they got nothing to lose. They're like, fuck it. Fuck it.
I feel like this is like the worst time to loot, though. Everybody's at home.
Yeah, but
loot stores.
Well, okay, what is there a level where you guys start looting? And I'm dead serious. Like, where you personally are like, I have to loot now.
If I have no more food in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have any food in there right now except for Oreos.
Well, I think he's implying if like he can't procure food. Like if you can't get food, at that point, dude, if it gets to that, no, I don't even want to think about it. Nah. We got any funny questions? Give me another question.
The mood up.
Yeah. I don't want to think about fucking Mad Max and apocalyptic shit's kind of fun, but still.
Okay. This is actually a juicy fucking question. Okay, so Rick James from Discord asks, what's the biggest lie you've ever told a significant other?
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, hey, I saw that question.
I think that's juicy.
I don't know if I want to answer that.
I'm trying to think of a really big. I mean, this is one of the bigger ones, but it didn't really. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could tell it, but like, it was just. I mean, it's back from the ex-wife thing, but I remember she was trying to get money out of me, and I guess the statute of limitations is gone on this, but she was trying to get money out of me for a long time. And I kept lying about where, like, I told her I got kicked out of the. I was like, "Oh, I got a DUI. I got kicked out of the military," and so she was trying to figure out how to give me money, but I was still getting paid like normal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like, it was very scary because if she'd have just made a couple phone calls, she could have figured out real quick what was going on.
You're still employed.
Yeah. That was a scary one.
I think mine has to be when I said I was getting stations. I was getting TAD somewhere, and then I just went.
Wait, what's TAD, Dom? For those who don't know,
what is it?
Temporarily attached something.
Duty or I don't know, some shit like that.
It's just a temporary thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you go to like the school for like 2 weeks for temporary, and then you fly back. Well, I said I was going there, and then I went to like another city to hang out with some people.
And when you say some people, what does that
mean? Yeah, what is some people, dog?
You know what I mean? Opposite sex people.
So you went there to fuck?
Yeah.
Opposite sex people?
Otherwise known as women, female. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much the biggest lie. I was gone for like a week. It was sad.
And then wait, did you tell her like, oh, we're on like field training, I can't answer my phone, don't contact me?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy, you know, the war in Iraq. It's serious shit out there.
Meanwhile, he's in Bakersfield, fucking a meth head.
The sat phone is for work only. I don't think I ever lied about anything like big, about anything big to a girl I dated. But I do remember the first time I ever tried to lie to get laid, and it was in high school, and I had graduated a year early. And I had allowed a girl that was like a year older than me think that I was a year older than her. And she went to a different school than me. So she didn't know she knew one of my friends, but she didn't know that we knew each other. And so we had gone out a few times. We had made out and shit like that. Didn't really do anything beyond that. But one night she was drunk with one of my friends, and she found out that I was actually a year younger than her. And she like called me all pissed off. She's like, "You fucking lied to me." And I was like, "No, like you just thought that. That's all."
I mean, hey, lie by omission. Is that even a lie? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Like I let her think. I knew what she thought, and I didn't correct her. So like, it's definitely counts as a lie. But after that, I was like,
I mean, does it though?
Does it? Yes.
Yeah. If you know what she's thinking by the way she's talking to you, then you know you're lying. Like at that point, you're lying. You're feeding a lie. But after that, I was like, dude, that was so not worth it. Like that chick was hot as fuck. Probably would have liked me if I told her the truth right away and not let her think that bullshit. Yeah, she wouldn't have given a fuck. My friend would have vouched for me. Everything would have been all good, and I fucked it up by letting her think some stupid ass lie because I thought it made me look cool.
Wait. So she was 18 and you were 17?
Yeah.
So she statutorily raped you?
I'm not sure she was 18 at the time. She was just a senior. I don't know how old she was exactly.
Gotcha. You should get her arrested.
What was that?
You should me to her right now.
Yeah,
get her
me
arrested.
to her ass. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Payback, bitch.
Fear and love and war, bitch.
You didn't love me when I had the shot.
Bradley, what do you got?
I just told one of my exes that I didn't involve myself in some shady shenanigans one night when in fact I did. I still feel bad about that, dude.
You're probably the ringleader of the shenanigans.
No, it was just like one of those, we were in an argument and went out with a buddy of mine, and got really fucked up and ended up doing some shit that I wasn't necessarily proud of, and then allegedly drove home at 3 a.m. to a bunch of questions and accusations the next morning.
That used to be your shit, driving.
What? Dude. No, I you know what? Fuck it, whatever. I mean, yeah, I hate to fucking say that, yeah, you're right, but it did for a good few years of my life.
It was a different time back then. DUIs weren't a thing.
It is kind of, I mean, maybe I'm just old, but I feel like it was a different time, like 15 years ago.
Dude, my friend's dad used to be a cop in Fresno, and he's like, back when I was a cop, he's like, we would pull people over for DUIs. He's like, I remember one time I didn't feel like dealing with the paperwork or anything like that. He's like, so I just took the dude's keys and I threw them in the field. And I was like, when you find them, you can drive home.
Yeah.
He's like, I just drove off.
Yeah, I think back to some of those nights now, and it just makes my asshole pucker, dude. Like, I feel so bad about, actually, I feel thankful and lucky that nothing ever did happen. I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, there were a couple times after fucking recording shows where I'm like, all right, this is it. I'm going to jail.
What was that song? The why is my car in the front yard?
Oh, Lit, wasn't it?
Dude, like, I didn't understand that fucking song until I moved down to San Diego. Like, granted, people drove drunk when we were in high school and all that, but when I got down to San Diego, I didn't understand like what that song actually was until my boy came home from a wedding one night, and we walked over to his car, or walked over to their house because they lived down the street the next day. And his car was 3 wheels on the front lawn, and then the other wheel hanging off on the fucking street. And we walked in, we're like, dude, what the fuck happened to your car last night? And he's like, what do you mean? We're like, dude, it's in the fucking it's like half in the front yard right now. Some of it's like still on the street. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he comes out and he's like, oh, I fucking drove home last night. What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah, I can say with relative certainty, I will never do that again.
No. Yeah.
But you don't need to anymore.
You don't need to. And it's
Exactly.
You realize how not worth it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And back then, like, getting a cab was a pain in the ass. You used to have to fucking wait on hold for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you were in some like kind of shady neighborhood, they weren't going to pick you up. So they're like, they'll be there in like an hour.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? Am I going to fucking sit here on the fucking corner of this neighborhood like at like 3 a.m. and wait for you?
I mean, in my own defense, there were many nights where I just walked like 15 miles and didn't drive.
Yeah, you were the guy. You were the guy in the black hoodie smoking menthols on the side of the
100% with my camera in one hand and just chain smoking the whole time.
Yeah, with your camera out there exposed, probably you get robbed.
I did that one night. I talked about when I walked home on my birthday from the Ivy Hotel to my place in Mission Beach. And I walked through like the shitty areas of Point Loma where all the homeless were hanging out. I didn't even give a fuck. I'm like, whatever, give me another cigarette.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bradley probably sat down and smoked some cigarettes and drank some hooch with him.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I did at the time.
That reminds me of something. I don't think I've ever told this. This is so dark though, and we'll change the subject in a second.
Immediately after.
Immediately. But you reminded me of the homeless guy. So my buddy, and this is in the military, we got really drunk. I think it was on base. Then we caught a cab and we went to the beach. This is in Ventura. So, it's all kind of right there. We went to the beach just to go like walk around and drink, like kind of on the beach. And
Wait, was this Port Hueneme?
Port Hueneme, yeah.
Okay.
And then so we're down by this little beach area, and there's a homeless guy. And my buddy says, it's just me and him, and he says something like we could just stomp that guy out, and like, no one would ever find out. And I laugh like, yeah. He's like, no, dude, we could just fucking kill him. Like no one would ever find out. Like,
but he was serious.
Oh, and then I laughed again because I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And then he kept making like more utterances about the situation, and I realized he was dead. If I would have said, yeah, let's kill this dude,
he would have been down.
He would have been down. He would like, yeah, let's stop him dead.
Nah, you would have pulled a Jeff on you and fucking called the FBI. Like, no, I got the recording. Scoop said he was gonna kill a homeless dude.
I mean, can you imagine though, like as a homeless person, your life already is pretty shitty, and then to have two people just stomp you out.
Yeah, and he was like my size, black dude like my size. We would have beat the shit.
That's dark. Okay, next question. Fuck, get off this topic.
Equally as dark. Did Carol murder her husband and feed him to the tigers? I'm assuming you guys have.
I didn't see it.
I have.
I don't know. I'm not trying to get her minions on us.
Yeah, I say no. I said after watching the whole thing, I said Joe did it and tried to frame her for it. It didn't work out in his favor.
So so you think Joe killed her husband?
Yeah, and wanted to, because that's why he was so adamant about her being the murderer.
I thought that happened like long before their feud ever really started. Because didn't it happen like years before that?
I don't know. I didn't fucking sketch out a timeline of all this shit.
My theory is that they were in a shady business. All of them were. And when you're in a shady business, people end up disappearing themselves. And that dude had didn't he have like a construction business with his already shady anyway? A construction business in fucking Florida with swamps where fucking shady deals with mobsters and fucking bodies go disappearing in swamps fucking everywhere.
I didn't hear about that. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, his business was, he was like a contractor, like construction dude. So one of his businesses was like, dude, I mean, it was like 2 or 3 shady businesses that dude had. And all that shit in Florida is run by fucking mobsters coming down from New York. Dude, I mean, somebody probably just disappeared him on a deal went wrong.
Well, Oscar just posted on YouTube that was before their feud. They didn't know each other yet, and she was a breeder. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might have to reassess given that new bit of information.
Is because you said it's shady. Is breeder stuff? I mean, I don't know anything about it. Is breeder stuff shady?
It's shady?
I mean, it's not like a wholesome business to be in, dude.
Like you're fucking breeding.
But you're exploiting. Essentially, they're all exploiting the animals just for their own personal gain. Like it doesn't benefit the species at all. You know.
You want to know if it's shady? Look at every single character they had in that documentary that was a breeder. They were like the creepiest, shadiest individuals you could ever imagine. If you were in a bar talking to those dudes, you'd be backing away slowly, like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
What's up with this toothless ass husband, though?
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean, there's no part of it that isn't entertaining. None of it. Like hanging the padlocks off the Prince Alpert, like turning straight guys gay, meth. I mean, it's perfect. It really is just the most brilliant television I've ever seen.
Great.
Is it worth watching? Should I watch it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
How did it blow up?
It's funny because I listened to this. I think it was on Wondery, but it was like a podcast. I was on a super long road trip like 4 months ago, and it was a podcast. It was like a 5 or maybe like 10-hour podcast or something. And whatever, 5 episodes or whatever it was. And I listened to that whole thing. I was like, wow, that's a crazy story. And then it popped up on my Netflix. Like, dude, and now I get to see these people.
Allegedly, I saw something that said they reopened the fucking cold case.
Yeah, because she's got the tigers, but they're not going to find anything.
How you get? Okay, let's assume for a second that that's what happened. How would you even prove it? How?
It'd be tough. You'd have to get
now. What you know, it's what you can prove, Officer Hoyt. There's no way, dude. There's no fucking way. When you consider how many murder cases go unsolved, and not only that, of the ones that do go where people get convicted, how many of those are wrongfully convicted? Yeah. Like the odds of catching the actual murderer are fucking slim to none.
I was talking to Shoni and my ex-girlfriend. I think we were on a trip or something like that, but we were talking about this. And I was trying to explain to them that 70% of murders go unsolved.
Yeah,
that's scary.
They don't talk about it because obviously they don't want people to realize like how crazy this number is
and how much you can get away with it. Getting away with it.
I mean, basically, this is what they like the FBI and other people have said. Like, basically, you have to get caught in the act, or it has to be really stupid for them to know.
They're saying now too, like they're doing like the DNA like tests and shit, like not DNA tests, but like DNA tests too, but like they're saying like fingerprinting and like certain other tests that they use right now, like to use as evidence. They're like, that's like no more effective and no more correct and accurate than like measuring scalps was in the 1800s.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're like, dude, like these things are like wildly wrong. Like
we should have killed that fucking homeless guy.
Yeah, when he was saying that, I was like, damn, there's a couple people I probably could have got away with it.
Dude, one of the funniest things. Do you guys remember when somebody got like stabbed and killed outside of I think it was like Bar West?
Yeah, it was hilarious. So fucking funny.
I think it was like PB, I think it was PB Bar and Grill or whatever it was. So we were living in PB at the time, and my roommate used to drive like a black BMW and like a 3 Series, and he's this Vietnamese dude. And so when they had like the sketch of the dude who killed the guy or stabbed the guy, I don't know if the guy died, but whoever like stabbed the dude in front of the bar, they had a sketch of him, like the police sketch artist, and it looked just fucking like him. was this Asian dude, and then they were like, and they think he was driving a black Civic, and I was like, oh, dude, that could have been a fucking black Beamer. Somebody got it wrong. Like, and we're sitting there watching the fucking news, and it pulls up, and the dude, and as soon as the sketch comes up, my roommate goes, oh fuck. He's like, dude, that looks just fucking like me. He's like, I can't fucking go anywhere now.
That reminds me of my homeboy. That happened to him. That Chris Dorner dude. Remember him?
Yeah.
That fool went out like a G.
Yeah. I mean, no one condones his behavior.
Yeah, but I'm saying he go out, man. Like, yeah. We gotta bury him a G straight up.
Yeah.
But
wait. Can you elaborate on what it means to bury someone a G?
Yeah, man. You go out in a blaze of glory. You bury them with some fucking Hennessy, some Alizé.
And
I want to know specifically in Dom's community what that means.
Hey, Alex hit it right on the head, man. You know
That's what it means?
With the utmost respect, you know what I mean? Some people, when they die, they want to be buried in the Gucci store. You know, other people, when they die, just bury them a G.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Some Alizé and Cristal, some of that Thug Passion.
Yeah, I mean.
lay a blunt on top of them, one last hit.
You guys ever see that? It was video and photo, but that he was like some gangster dude from the Bronx, you know, like some big drug dealer, like a Puerto Rican dude or something like that. And they made him. They had him sit he was dead. He got killed, but he's sitting in a throne at his funeral.
What? Like they had him propped up?
Yeah, and they like put PVC. They replaced his bones with PVC pipe.
Shut the fuck
And they
up.
had him sitting, they literally had him sitting up with like a cane and a suit on a throne. Like,
see, I could see Dom asking for this when he dies. Like I could see Dom telling people to replace his bones with PVC and stand him up or sit him down in a cool position.
Hey, that's a clean example of being buried a G right there. Oh. They buried that man a G. Hey, I've seen that before too. Like what's that called? Like when you stuff the animals, like
taxidermy.
Yeah. When they do that shit, they did that shit to a person, and they even like he had like a blunt in his hand. They like lit the blunt. You just sit there.
Wow.
It's funny too because this is totally random, but it just reminded that PVC thing. That's a big industry of those. What are they called?
Taxidermists?
No. Not the morgue, but what's in between the morgue and
corner?
No. You know when they like dress you up to make you look all.
I thought that's at the morgue. No.
Doesn't matter. But anyway, there's a big industry there where they take your bones and sell it to bone marrow. So they actually like do replace it with other shit. It's a total like underground, but you can get like thousands of dollars for giving.
That sounds like some Planned Parenthood conspiracy baby selling parts theory shit.
Should we get into another?
Yeah, this is getting too dark.
Right,
yeah, we're out here talking about crematoriums and shit.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, this is an interesting question. I don't know if it's gonna be that crazy, but Peter Copter says, "What's the most angry you've seen one another?" I'm just thinking about it because I can't really remember a time where anybody was really angry. I mean, like a little argument, but not like angry.
Yeah, I almost want to say Bradley, but like that's just part of his personality. To be a little on edge, you know what I mean?
Bradley will pop out if you like drop a crumb on his floor.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's fighting the old bird right now. He's over here, the crumb queen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've never like the problem is like the same reason we do this shit is we're usually happy-go-lucky.
Like, no, but I don't think there's ever been an incident where like. Even again, not with each other, but just like if we were all hanging out, I've never seen any of you guys like fucking lose it on someone else, you know?
Yeah,
I've never seen that. No.
Usually we're the ones who are looking at people losing their shit going like, whoa, bro, calm down.
Yeah. Let's see. Flying Brian says, if you could pick any place to socially isolate in the world, where would it be?
Richard Branson's Island. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
But just by yourself?
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
wait, okay. Are we talking like we have, supplies, or we're just getting dropped somewhere and we have to fend for ourselves?
Yeah, you have supplies. Like that's given.
No. You have solar panels.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to point out, you guys think I'm ridiculous. Bradley was the one who was talking about flying a fucking helicopter in that thing.
You know how many messages I get about solar panels on Instagram? And no joke, it's every day. Someone's like, dude, all you gotta do is throw some solar panels on it. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, Alex.
Yeah.
But it is still fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question. I think it really depends on if you have supplies or not.
Let's say you have supplies and you have some cash, whatever.
I mean, I would honestly probably just fucking want to retreat to a cabin in the woods somewhere away, like close enough to a major city, but far enough away that you wouldn't have to really worry about it too much.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do.
It's got to be somewhere out in the open so I can build my own
Brian just clarified. He said you have supplies, so we have supplies.
Have supplies. I would really like a place with water.
Yeah, like a well or a stream or a creek or some water.
Oh, you're way more resourceful than me. I'm talking about jet skis, baby.
Yeah.
You and Dom would get along just fine.
Hey, that's why I said somewhere out in the open so I can build a fucking dirt bike track.
What actually wouldn't be bad would be like Treasure Island.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be a cool spot. Yeah, for sure.
We're like right there in the middle of everything, but if you're guaranteeing that nobody's getting on the fucking island, you got the bridges going both ways. You can fucking go to Oakland, you can go to San Francisco if you need to.
I like that. And you can still match on Tinder from there.
Yeah. You can hit both fucking sides of the bay easy.
I like
your phone like this. And your phone like this. Let's see some more questions.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm going through Instagram. There's a lot of them on Instagram, so it's hard to kind of filter through them.
All right, Lesso, he asks, would you risk catching the Rona but not necessarily dying if it was to have sex with your all-time dream girl? Yes.
Of course, because if you don't die from it, then you'd recover, and then life is key.
Hold on. Does she have it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It says you recover.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
In this case, she does. She has it.
She has that and pneumonia. She's got her lungs are fluid. So you got to hear her not breathe.
Yeah.
But you beat it up.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's like saying anything. If you would do this and know you wouldn't die, then would you do it? And I imagine the answer would be yes for most of those.
Hold on, real quick. So we're gonna read all the super chats right when they come through.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Cluster Bomb.
I'm grabbing a white cloth.
He says, "Thanks, guys. Normally you make a work day go by so fast. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it, and thanks for the money. We will put that to good use. And by good use, I mean more claws, bitch.
Buy some Swisher Sweets."
Okay, yeah. I got another question. It's along the same lines, actually, with this one we were just talking about. What would be your first response if after fucking a chick, she told you she's got an STI? If like you fuck and then immediately she's like, I have an STI.
What do you do?
Like, what is your response? So Bradley, the question is, what would your first response be if after fucking a chick, she told you she got an STI?
Are we talking about like going in raw, or we're going in with a Jimmy?
Yeah, let's go raw. Actually, you know what? Let's spice it up. Let's go Jimmy. But it's not official.
I just go get.
I'm saying like I wouldn't have sex with a condom. So what?
All right.
No, like if I'd be mad. Like if I wore a condom, I wouldn't be as mad, but I would still be pissed.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of great though. Without the G. I feel like, I mean, maybe not that far, but there's something about like you can't lie about like what if you had AIDS? You can't lie about that. Like, come on, what are you doing over here?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like that's what I'm saying. I'd be pissed about even if it was just something like not even that crazy, like crabs. I'd be like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, really?
I'm hearing you fuck. That doesn't stop at my fucking nutsack. It goes up to my chest.
Jessica said Bradley uses condoms. We know this. That's funny. Also,
fucking square.
Aaron Self, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it.
Ziggy joined the chat. Yeah, Ziggy joined the chat.
Okay. Here's a question. Is a Dutch Rudder gay?
Wait, remind me what a Dutch Rudder is.
I was hoping you guys knew.
As I'm typing Dutch Rudder in my
Dom, are you
Don't show that.
Dom, are you Googling it?
Dutch Rudder?
The Dutch Rudder is where you have where you jack off by putting your hand on your dick and then your friend rotates the arm. So you're jerking off, but like, it's your hand on your own dick, but your friend is moving your arm. And then the double Dutch Rudder is when you both do the same. So he has his hand on his dick, you have your hand on your dick, and then you're taking your other arms and you're rotating them both.
What in the world of LGBTQ is this shit? Why?
That's nuts.
Why would you do that?
When you're stuck in quarantine and you're bored with your roommate or your fucking family, I guess. I don't know.
With your roommate.
If we get to August, the homies gonna start looking good.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Let's see. I guess we've answered this a few times, but I feel like it gets asked so often that we should probably just go over it when it does get asked. So this goes out to all of you. This is from CMC McGinnis 1995 on Instagram. This goes out to all of you, but how did you all end up becoming friends? #FuckScoop. Thank you.
We get asked that question more than anything else. It's amazing.
I think probably it's because it doesn't get told very often. It's like every 30 episodes.
Well, and when you have new people who discover it, it's like, oh, how did these guys meet? Because I mean, if you stood the four of us in a line, people would be like, what is this haphazard bunch of idiots?
These guys can't be friends.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, we should just fucking figure out which show we talked about on last and just reference it.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was all. I mean, basically, it's all from DJing. Not that we're all DJs, but it's kind of all stems. Yeah, from
that nightlife shit.
We all ran in the same circles for the period of time where we were actually young enough to do it and not look stupid.
Yeah, and by DJing, I mean we all worked at gay strip clubs. No big deal.
Yeah,
NBD, bro.
I was just a bartender.
With no
that's where the money is good.
Where?
At the gay strip clubs.
I bet.
Yeah.
Not
like Shoney when he used to wear no shirt when he to DJ at the gay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's in the chat too, so I'd like.
He is. I know. I can't wait for him to respond to that.
Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Ryan Boswell. How to get back on the horse after a breakup?
That's a valid question.
Just plow as much badge as possible.
But what's first step? I feel like first step.
I mean, do we answer this like Tasteless Gentleman, or do we actually say, okay, this is what you really should do? Because there are two different answers. Like Alex's was quintessential TG, but
I'll give you my real answer. So first of all, you definitely do need to find some other women to go out with and go to get drinks or whatever, get laid. You got to do all of that. Like you got to act like you're single.
Yeah.
Because you are. Your fucking ex hates you. So what I do is I go out on dates and I specifically take women to places that like my ex and I went to. So like if there was a restaurant that we regularly went to, or like a place we went to on one of our first dates, one of the first things I do is I take girls to those locations. So I own them after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like mentally, not like she can't come in, but like mentally now, like I own that place.
Yeah. Conquered, bitch.
Then,
it's like a game of risk.
What was that?
It's like a game of risk.
Yeah.
She might come in.
Might come in too. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she's always got to be bad too to go. You're going out with.
Of course.
Here's another one too, which is, and this always works. There's always like a girl that you wanted to hook up with before you got in a relationship and you never got a chance to. When you get out of the relationship, if that girl's single, she notices that you were in a relationship, and all of a sudden you're like kind of more attracted to her.
For sure.
So you got to go out with her, and you got to conquer that one too.
For sure.
All the thing is, you just got to conquer each individual mountain, and so you get to like that highest peak, and then one day you wake up in the morning and you're like, you don't even think about your ex.
And for sure, don't sit around being sad. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
worst thing you can
Yeah.
do.
You gotta be active. Go join jujitsu.
Do
Fucking
something. Yeah,
run.
even if it has nothing to do with hooking up, you gotta go do something.
I was gonna say my best advice after living this shit fucking for years of my own life would be to disregard women on all levels and focus on yourself and your life.
Yeah, but it's funny when you do that though. You get
Isaac,
more
thank
chicks.
you.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't first focus on getting inside someone else. I would first focus on getting inside my head and fixing the shit that fucking went wrong.
Yeah.
And then by default, just naturally, you become more confident and more attractive to the opposite sex as you do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Especially like if you're fucking hitting the gym or you're doing jujitsu or whatever, you get in shape, like it builds your confidence.
Or just beating off
Yeah.
every fucking day, just draining your dick. Get one of those. I was looking at one of those. I keep seeing ads for them, but it's like a blowjob thing
mechanism.
Yeah, you like fill up with water,
buddy.
and then I was, they have like a animated thing showing how it works, and it's like, it's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I can't buy it, but
I mean, why can't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to check it out.
You can bring some fucking toys into the bedroom.
Yeah. Spice up the sex life. You know what I'm saying?
No. You can't bring toys for yourself into the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Hey man, look what I got.
Look what I got. Don't look at me.
Isaac, thank you. We appreciate it, dude. And Brian, thank you as well.
And what is that? What does that super chat say? It says this is Brian. He says the
sheep sick. Man, that's hard to say.
Is that
Fuck
German?
you, Brian.
That is German for sure.
Yeah, totally.
It's gotta be.
Let's see.
Another question.
Yeah. What is this? We're not going to answer would you rather's because we're going to say that for would you rather.
Yeah.
You can't watch shows, guys. Come on.
Let's see. Okay, I mean this is random, but this is Morgan Lehman 10 on IG. What's your biggest accomplishment in life so far? And I'll add what do you want your next thing to be? How about that?
My biggest accomplishment.
And it doesn't have to be like oh, last year I made fucking 12 grand. That's not what I'm talking about.
Hey, Coco Poof, thank you as well. That's awesome. Thank you.
We'll read this real quick. Coco Poof, this is for Alex. Never giving dating advice against again and being BLM.
Because BLM. Black Lives Matter.
All right. Thank you, Coco Poof. Yeah, so what's your biggest accomplishment so far, and what would you want and I'm adding what would you want it to be in the future?
I guess getting a degree in 2013.
I mean, it doesn't have to, but it doesn't have to be something. I mean, it could literally be like, dude, I plugged this fucking 9 3 years ago. It doesn't have to be serious. I mean, it doesn't have to be serious, but I mean, it doesn't have to be mainstream necessarily.
Huh.
I don't know.
What was the question again?
So what do you think your biggest or your proudest moment of your life, or biggest accomplishment that you think so far? I mean, for sure, mine was getting an MBA. That was pretty crazy. I hardly graduated fucking high school.
That's noteworthy for sure.
I had to. This is how bad it was. I had to beg a geometry teacher. I think it was a geometry teacher to change my grade from a D- to a C- to graduate high school.
How did you convince him?
I heard it was her. So I had
her.
I had the same math teacher all 4 years. She's I went to a brand new charter school, so kind of anyway, we had a lot of the same teachers. Anyway, so I had the same teacher, and I just knew her, Miss Wetmore. She was thick, and
Wetmore. Her name was Wetmore.
Oh, of course, yeah, dude. We used to torture her.
This is a Brazzers video waiting to happen.
We used to call her Miss More Wet. Of course, she didn't want to hear that, right?
Ooh, nobody got kicked out.
No.
She changed
my grade though. It's crazy.
That's impressive. Good for you.
Yeah, that's about it. And being able to choke Dom out at will. That's a pretty good one.
Damn.
Wait. Has this happened recently? Have you guys fucking rolled together recently?
No. I mean, we've been on lockdown.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but have you choked him out when rolling before?
No.
Maybe a couple times. Hey, you know what I was thinking, man? We like go to Shoney's house, just go in his garage, set up some mats, like take our shirts off, start wrestling, you know?
Yay!
Yeah. I was gonna say, Don, where are you going with this?
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? All just in Levi jeans, just no shirts.
Like bare knuckle boxing back in the day.
Sounds like you're imagining a lot right now.
I still forgot what the question was. Oh, most accomplishment, your most
Yeah.
significant accomplishment.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd say fucking for me personally, going into business for myself and being able to make it work thus far.
Yeah. That's
I would
a
say
good
that.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I would definitely say graduating college for me because I was a fucking terrible student. Like I fucked off for the longest fucking time and didn't even fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I actually got my shit together and actually did that is pretty surprising to me.
Yeah. It's a big one. Even though like college, I don't feel like means that much.
College is a fucking joke.
But it does show. But one thing I think is important. I think I would equally put this with people who go into the military, especially when you're like 18. But it just means that you're able. Well, military's a little different, but you're able to stick with something for a certain amount of years, even though you hate it or like it sucks, and see it through. Like I think that's the most important thing about college, right?
And also like you take what you put in like to it, like you get out what you put into it. Like I actually like gave a shit about like actually learning and doing the work and actually like took it pretty seriously towards the end.
Yeah.
When I didn't like early on and I just like basically didn't give a shit.
Yeah, when I went to community college, bro, I would sit in the parking lot, smoke weed.
I'm about to say smoke weed.
Not even go in. I'd be in the parking lot during the class period. I'm like, I ain't going to that fucking class.
Yeah.
Smoking weed, and then I get dropped. I'm like, Pikachu face. Oh, I got dropped.
What happened?
Dude, I had classes in college that I legitimately went the first day, and then I went on the midterm and the final, and I passed.
That's great.
You were one of those students?
I mean, some of the dick classes I took were just fuck off classes. You know what I mean? Like sociology and fucking sex education. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, he was a master at that one. My bad, Bradley.
Yeah, I aced that one.
Congalingus, isn't it?
My last semester, I had to take a few more classes that I didn't need to take to graduate just so I could stay full time getting, financial aid and all that.
Yeah.
And so I took a bunch of classes that were writing workshops that were basically like contract courses where if you just do like whatever the work is, you get an A+. So as long as you do like whatever the assignments are, you get what the grade is. And dude, that was like the easiest fucking semester of my life. It was the greatest thing ever.
And ain't nobody reading that shit. Dude, I have a friend who's a professor.
Yeah,
exactly. She's like, we literally do not read it unless it looks fucked up. She's
like,
no.
We had to read this shit in front of like 30 people.
Nobody's listening. Just imagine sitting there. Come on. When you heard
the way they worked is you had to take them home with you and you had to critique them and give them back to the person.
And then you just come back and it's like lit A+.
Well, yeah, there was some people were like, oh, I like that. That was cool.
I like that.
Yeah. All right.
Dom, did you have one? Did you say one? I can't remember.
For what?
Question?
For the accomplishment thing.
Oh.
Fucking bitches off the strength of the show.
I knew we could rely on you for the right answer to that question.
He didn't say college. We're all like,
nah.
College, awesome. He's like, fucking bitches off the fucking hype train.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's about it.
Can always count on Rick Roast to fucking come through when it's needed.
Rick Roast.
Let's see. Steven _Paul on Instagram says, "Who has the fattest cock?" Well, nobody's gonna answer, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Whip them out, boys.
Whip them out. Live stream. Let's see those cocks.
Just helicopter it, and it's 4 of us.
Fluff it up. Bimcell13. When are you guys throwing your next party? As soon as the CDC gives us the okay.
And the WHO.
I mean, even if like the lockdowns are lifted, it's still not going to be like safe to travel and shit. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The building's not going to run its course until like next spring.
Damn.
Hey, Rick Roast, are you drunk? That's the assessment on fucking YouTube right now. Are you drunk?
I mean, I had like 5 of these bitches.
Oh yeah, you are. You got a little like, yeah, you look a little slant eye.
Hey, niggas out here, boy. You know what I mean? Webcam. You did.
Wait, where did Scoop just go to go get booze?
I looked over here like he was in my house.
Yeah.
I just looked.
Oh shit!
I don't know where the fuck he is.
Yeah, that's why I keep the bottle right next to me.
You got any more? You got any questions on deck, Tom?
Let me see. Manda Jeans. She asks, "Would you be scared to let a girl with braces suck your dick?" Asking for a friend. Nah.
My ex had braces.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't care.
You don't notice.
Yeah, it's not like they're like, not brushing their teeth
If
with your dick.
she's teething you already, then you got bigger problems.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom Shoney said that you guys are recording after this. Don't get too faded.
All right, whatever. I'm down.
Are you doing an episode with him tonight?
This is the first I've heard of it.
Unbeknownst to me, but yeah, apparently I am.
I mean, let's do it. What up, Sean Bone? Sean Bone Malone. I mean, but would you braces?
Oh, with braces?
Yeah.
I mean, there'd probably be a segment of my brain that would be slightly hesitant, but yeah, for sure.
Well, are you not keeping your pubes trimmed? Like, what the fuck?
No, they are, but I'm just saying, like, if it hits it the wrong way, that's going to cause some serious fucking pain. It's like when you're shaving your nuts and you get some of the skin stuck in the fucking blade.
Ouch.
Yeah, it hurts, dude.
That's why you got hit him with the razor. You know what I mean?
When I was a kid.
Dude, you razor your balls, dude?
Yeah, I don't do it with the trimmer.
You actually, you fucking use a straight razor on your nuts.
Yeah.
Dom gives it a high and tight.
Yeah. As Scoop asked, why?
Because with the trimmers, that shit fucking hurts.
But you don't it doesn't. Okay, I've only shaved my nuts one time with a fucking razor, and I said I'd never do it again because when it grew back after shaving with a razor, it itched like a motherfucker, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
That's when you gotta hold him and give him the brain.
Dude, I've done the brain plenty of times.
Wait, for the method of doing straight razor, do you have to stretch your bag out to like get a smooth surface?
Yeah, see, these are questions that I have.
You give it the brain.
I mean, you have to, right?
Yeah, you squeeze the brain so you got the skin all nice and tight, and then you shave the ball bag.
Dude, I don't have that much sack that I could squeeze it and have my nuts come out the top.
I got
baby nuts.
I got huge balls.
Bird nuts.
I got little bird nuts. They just go on my body.
It's terrible because I got big nuts and a small dick, so it just makes it look even smaller.
I actually think big nuts are a really big problem. If you have big nuts, it's a huge problem.
It is.
In a fight, I mean, they get ripped off by a pterodactyl.
Or a baboon. Baboons go for the nuts, dude. They eat them off.
And why aren't they just in the body? Why didn't we figure this out?
That's because there is no God.
I mean, honestly, from an evolutionary standpoint, it really does not make sense.
It makes more sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't.
Why?
Like biologically, it makes sense.
To have the balls next to the dick? What?
Because they have to be cooler than your body temperature.
Yeah, for temperature regulation, that makes sense. Yeah.
Evolve, motherfucker, evolve.
Just one cold part of your body.
I don't care. They do something. Make the sperm stronger. Evolve.
I would love to sit down with an artist and sketch like the layout of like what an ideal evolutionary human would look like without any of the bad shit. You know what I mean? Like they have like a blowhole in the back of their neck so they're not fucking breathing out of their eating hole.
Yeah, you would definitely have that, right? You would have probably a couple more fingers. You'd be way stronger.
Yeah.
Stronger.
You way bigger dick. Huge.
Yeah. And I feel like you'd have traps too.
What?
I feel like you'd have traps that connected your head, like Yoel Romero, like basically just one piece, so you couldn't break your neck. You know,
and you had a third eye that was like your scope eye. You could see like super far,
like an iPhone. Let's see. Let's read some of the chat from.
I've been looking at the chat. I haven't seen anything that stood out in the last few minutes. We have more questions?
Yeah, we got some more. Yeah,
I figured.
Just
there haven't been any super chats or whatever the fuck that's called.
Yeah, she said, "Can you not fit in a chair?" No, I only have a standing desk. So
yeah, that shit is so weird. Scooping his fucking standing
Nah, dude,
desk.
standing desks are the way to go. Fuck, I wish I had one.
I don't even have a chair in here. Well, I do have a chair, but it's not. I don't use it.
And you can't use it.
You can't.
You like type it like up here.
You can't even see the screen. Yeah.
Dom, do you have a TV behind you?
I do.
Well, you should have turned it over, and then you would have had the TTG logo behind you, man. What are you doing?
Man. I could have, man. My bad.
Jared wants to know when is Barbaric Uncle Ben's fleshlight coming out? Oh, that's a good question. Who's got the dumbest tattoo? I'm betting Scoop wins this one, dude.
Yeah. I have a tattoo that says high five. Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
High five?
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
It says
I have that one that's now a leaf, but it once I hate telling this story. It was once an infinity symbol that would join together when I would hold hands with my ex-fiance, and I had to get it covered up when we broke up.
Fucking gay!
I agree. And that's why I don't like telling that story, because I'm embarrassed to tell that story, dude.
I know this is none of us, but still the worst tattoo I've ever seen was one of my friends and his girlfriend got a honeybee and a hornet. So he had like I think it was a hornet on his chest, and then she had a honeybee on her back shoulder, so that when they were facing each other and hugging, they were on the same side.
That's fucking beautiful.
And this is back during like the MySpace days, and so they were like, that was their MySpace profile pictures was a hornet and honeybee, and they're both like shirtless holding each other, and you see like the two tattoos are like lined up, and they broke up like a month later.
Those are like the people who have their fucking stickers on the back fucking window where it shows where the like dude and chick are sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Like king and queen.
Yeah, that's too much.
I saw a picture of a guy holding his girl. She's pregnant, huge belly, and he's holding a gun to her head. It's a Facebook photo. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm just like,
oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
And it's like people you may know, and it's like Travis. And it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Insane.
Like, do not want to know that guy. Let's see. I know we got a couple more.
Dude, this one, Marielle asks if there are any April Fool's stories that have gone wrong. That's right. It's April Fool's today, isn't it? Or is tomorrow? No, today. Today.
I never in my entire life thought April Fool's jokes were funny. Not one.
I didn't either.
Oh, bro, I was king of April Fool's.
Of course you were.
Oh, I know you were. I know you were.
I was on it, dude.
Jared Smile just gave it a $5 donation for my fleshlight.
Hey,
thank you.
Hey,
I don't know if Amazon considers that essential, but I'll see what's up.
That's gonna be the shittiest Indian fleshlight ever. It's gonna be infected, falling apart,
ran through.
Dom, what have you done? I know you've done. Of all of us, I guarantee you've done the dumbest shit to somebody else on April Fool's. What have you done?
I think it was one year. I had like put like a bucket of water. I like cracked the door.
Oh yeah.
Put like a bucket of water up top, and then called my dad. And he like pushed the door, and it like fell on him.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. I wasn't doing that.
Was he super mad or no?
Oh yeah, of course. He didn't play that shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't with the jokes at all.
I've told this story before, so I'll give the abridged version. But when I was a kid in the house I grew up in, we got burgled. And a bunch of shit was stolen. And allegedly, my father on the insurance claim form basically listed a bunch of shit that we had that we didn't have. And so one of our good family friends called like a few days later, and this was right around the 1st, claiming to be like the LAPD. And they said, oh, good news. We've recovered all of your stolen items. And my dad came in to my room and he's like, we might have a problem.
By the way, I like the fact you just outed your dad for insurance fraud.
Yeah, but it wasn't insurance fraud because it was an April Fool's joke. And I don't even think we ended up getting insurance money for any of the items anyway. But yeah, it was good.
Rogue just sent us $5. It says cover up Shoney's Volcom tattoo.
He's never getting that covered up, dude. No fucking way.
Wait, have you guys ever seen it? I've seen it, but
it's on his leg, right? Like,
no, I know, but I mean, like the audience, like,
it's on his thigh. It's just above his knee on his thigh. Yeah.
Were you guys ever big on pranks?
No.
Yeah, fuck
Not even
yeah.
April Fools. Yeah,
Of course, Dom was. Of course.
I used to pull a lot of pranks. Dude. We found my brother's neighbor on Craigslist back in the day on the casual encounters,
Uh-huh.
and it was a picture of him in his room, but he like did the black bar on his face, but he had like a tribal or like barbed wire tattoo or something like that on his arm that was super obvious, and he had his snowboard on his wall in his room, so like we knew it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The place was literally right across the courtyard from my brother's house, and so we would always go back and forth from each other's places. And his ad or whatever on Casual Encounters said, "Must be a big girl because I'm well endowed." And so we saw this and we're like, "Holy shit, this is actually him!" So we printed out like 30 copies of the thing from Craigslist. And we went over there and we plastered them all over the little where there's like 4 houses that share the thing. So we hung them up all over the 4 houses. And this dude came back. He's like, "What the fuck, man? Who did this?" He tried to make up some whole story about how his friend was on house arrest and was using his picture to get some girls to come over to his place. And like 10 years later, he finally admits to my brother. He's like, "Yeah, that was me."
Jess wants to know how much in the super chat for all of us to helicopter. I'd say what, $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, to helicopter.
During this economy, I need like 1,500.
Dom, you're mildly faded, and I love it. It's very entertaining. Oscar, thank you for the fucking super chat, and Rogue, thank you as well.
What was Oscar's question?
It wasn't. Oh, can you describe how the drugs you've done? Wait, can you guys describe how the drugs you've tried felt from best to worst? That's not a bad question.
That's
allegedly.
a good question. I mean, allegedly, of course, because I've never done drugs. I would never do drugs. Drugs are illegal. I don't do.
And we all advise against doing drugs. We don't.
Yes.
We don't condone that
Never.
behavior at all.
I would say the best. Cold fucking cane.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Never too slim.
I just punched my screen. And worst, to be serious, mushrooms for me have been the best and the worst at the same time. I've had a really good experience. I've had a number of
that sounds accurate, yeah.
And a couple of bad ones. And I've also smoking weed sometimes.
When you get too high, there's nothing worse than getting too high.
You can't get out of it. You think you're stuck.
True. What's a bad shroom high though?
It's like a weed high, but it's like being an edible. When you do edibles and you do too much and it's just panic city, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
That's what
it's so weird how a drug that makes you feel relaxed can turn on you and just make you feel like you're fucking like about to die.
But the problem is you can control it if you stop being a pussy and fucking get your ego in check and fucking. I've done it before where I've literally like, dude, calm down. What are you freaking out about?
Yeah.
I mean, it's panic attack like training essentially.
But you can turn it around. You actually can turn it around.
Basically, like
just chill, be like, I'm high.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, like nobody's ever OD'd from weed before.
Yeah, you just look in the mirror. You're like, drink a beer, do a couple bumps.
Dude, I've done the mirror look, the one where you're drunk as fuck, you're fucking on some shit, and you go in the fucking bathroom, and you're like, all right, focus.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. And then you turn on the faucet and you splash some cold water on your face.
Yeah.
And then you go out the bathroom and you're all fucking wet. You look like you're sweating and you got like water drops on your shirt. And then everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with that dude?
It's exactly.
For me personally, I would say best in my alleged experience would be pills, opiates, and worst would be weed for the same reason you just touched upon. The fucking freaking out, heart palpitations, like shaking, thinking you're going to die. I hate it. That was not fun. But I was a big fan of the opiates.
Well, okay, but because I never liked those. It always made me feel horrible. What was it about those that you liked?
For me, why I always had an affinity for them was because it put me in the mental and physical place that I would like to be normally, which is calm and focused, but having energy. Opiates for me would give me energy the way that like cocaine would to another person.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Because for me, it doesn't have that effect. But if it had that effect for you, that would.
I know
make
a
sense.
lot of people who hated fucking opiates though, like for the main reason being that they would take them and they'd ruin their stomach, dude. Like they take normal Vicodin and they feel like they want to vomit for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I am on Vicodin. It's fucking the worst.
Yeah, me, I just dumped a bottle in my mouth.
On the other hand, Percocets were pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some perks.
I was
Yeah.
quite fond of all of those, allegedly.
Some
Dom,
of
what
that-
about you?
Some lean.
I have to say, like, probably like Molly being the best, and then the worst. I don't know. The worst would be they were all cool to me. Like I've never had like a bad high or anything.
Wait, never on any drug? You've never had like a shitty experience?
Not even weed.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's
I guess
impressive.
like what, like
You've never gotten too high before?
yeah. I just went to sleep. It's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
You went too high. I think you went high.
Why does it sound like you're yelling through the fucking window in a submarine sometimes?
Who?
Because I
Me
am.
or
I'm
Alex?
isolating. I'm
Yeah,
isolating. I need to see.
Yeah, he doesn't have a microphone, so that fool just
Mm,
yelling straight through the tablet.
I don't have a mic. I got one in my computer. That's it.
Oh,
But
really?
that was a good
Yeah.
question though. I like that.
I
question.
agree. Yeah.
I'd say the worst is salvia.
That's not a drug.
Yeah. I mean,
What are you
yeah, it is.
thinking?
Salvia's a drug.
All right.
What, because it only lasts like 6 hours?
No, because you can buy it over the counter.
Not anymore.
Wait. Is alcohol not a drug? What are you
Yeah, right?
You can buy that over the counter?
Yeah, not a drug. You know what I mean?
All right, now you're just making a fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finley, yes, Scoop is standing up right now. We've
Yeah,
already gone over that.
I only have a standing desk. I don't sit down. It sucks at first. for, like-
Poor people don't know what a standing desk is. Yeah, I agree. That's why none of us have it, and only Scoop does.
It does take a lot of adjustment. You can't just let it. When I first got it, it was like 3 months of like, I would just have to go sit down for a couple hours. Like my legs weird, but now I don't even think about it.
I gotta say, I'm really digging the interactive like nature of these types of fucking podcasts.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's different. Yeah.
Who's got next question on deck? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking.
This was not interesting.
Let's see. Make this one 2 hours long, please. I'm bored.
Fuck. Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Lewis asks, are you guys drinking more due to this quarantine?
I'm gonna be honest. Yes.
I do. Like, I had to tell myself, I was like, bro, like, you can't just have White Claws in the morning and just drink
Why
beers.
not? It's
just
your
drink-
home.
Drink beers all day, dude. I've been on like 3 days and just like drinking beer and White Claws. I'm like, dude, we get some fucking water.
Tom hasn't had a fucking bite of food for fucking 3 days.
He's like, I'm losing weight. Yeah, the first week I think I didn't really drink that much because I just had a lot of shit to do, and then the second week I was like, you know what, maybe I'll enjoy this quarantine a little bit, hang out, not do shit, drink a little bit, sit around.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I gotta work again.
Yeah. There was like 2.5-3 days where I was like 6-pack a day,
Yeah,
fucking
chilling.
White Claws in the morning. No, what's that?
6-pack, like you're that old dude who comes home and sits in the recliner and fucking puts a 6-pack on the table right next to him and drinks that and watches TV.
Hell yeah, with my Cali creamsicle.
Yeah, those wine coolers, lie ass.
Trying to pretend like it's an actual beer.
There's some good questions on the YouTube. Let's see. What's the worst city you've ever been to and why? Thanks to Aaron Self.
Ooh.
Shit, North Carolina, that place sucks.
That's a state.
Oh. Jacksonville, North Carolina, that place sucks.
Is it Jacksonville in Florida?
No, they got Jacksonville, North Carolina too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been to Wilmington, North Carolina. It sucked. That was so.
Yeah.
The worst town I've ever been to.
Worst town. Probably like Bakersfield or something like that, or something.
Yeah, or like Yermo,
yeah.
somewhere in the fucking high desert.
Mhm.
Are we talking about like just like some shitty bumfuck place? Or are we like actually rating desired locations that we
No,
hate?
whatever you
No,
would
wherever
define
you
as
been.
being a shitty place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually like everywhere I go.
Oh, shut the fuck up! There's fools in
everywhere I go.
Yeah.
No, like I'm trying to think of a place I've been that I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. And outside of like stopping at some like shitty fucking town, like on the way to Arizona, I can't think of like a place I've been to that's just awful.
Yeah,
I can think of plenty of places in the fucking desert though, because I like the desert in the morning and at night, but during the day the desert can go fuck itself.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Fucking Tucson sucks.
Mariella.
I agree. I lived there for 2 weeks.
Tucson is
Mariella
fucking terrible.
on YouTube said, "Damn, Scoop, I'm from Wilmington." Okay, Wilmington is not the worst place ever, but here the only reason why it was fucking awesome is because I was a little kid. I was like 13 or something like that. One, I got super sick because I was drinking.
Oh, you talked about this story, yeah.
Drinking chocolate milk. Don't know
Yeah.
why. I was so sick. I was laying on my head on the toilet, on the actual seat, laying there, just vomiting.
That's so disgusting.
But anyway, we got to shoot bottle rockets at cops. I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and the cops are cool with it. So Wilmington doesn't suck. Sean H, 1 more hour.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
Has it? Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Has it already been an hour? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's do more questions though.
There was one. Experiences being robbed. Yeah, that's not a bad question.
Experience being robbed?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody broke into my house when I was at the basketball game. That's why I don't trust niggas no more.
Always count on Dom for the good answers. I love it.
I don't let nobody in the crib no more, man. My old friend robbed me. Can you believe that?
Wait, you knew him and you knew he robbed you?
Yeah, he was shady, and he was I didn't really have many people over, but he knew like my schedule and whatnot. So he knew if I had a basketball game, my parents were gonna be there. No one's gonna be at the house. So he's like, and he ran in the crib and he just stole from me. Like,
did you beat his ass when you found out?
It was always allegedly. Like I never actually found out.
You didn't have actual concrete proof.
Yeah, I didn't have concrete proop, but I bet my last 100 it was him.
Mm-hmm.
He's robbing you like you're an NBA player or something. Hey,
yeah,
on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all he did was steal my PS. I think it was a PS2 at the time. Fucking like some Swisher House CDs, some other random shit. He just stole from me. I was like, it was weird.
I got robbed by the TJ cops.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's that noise?
What was that?
What is that noise?
Yeah, sounds like somebody's plunging a toilet.
Yeah.
It's my sink. I live above somebody, so whenever they do some shit down there, it makes some noise.
Are you fucking kidding me? You got to listen to that anytime they use their fucking pipes?
I don't know. It just happens a few times a day.
Shit.
No, yeah, I got robbed by the TJ cops. They like threw me and my friend up against the wall, and took our wallets out. And like when I turned around to look to see what they were doing, he like slammed my head back on the wall, and then they just took out whatever cash I had on me, whatever cash my friend had on him. And my friend had a knife on him, and he's like, I got a knife on me. I got a knife on me. And I was like, fuck, we're going to TJ jail. This fucking dude's got a weapon. And they just fucking took our cash and bounced.
Sounds about right. Yep. Yeah.
I've been robbed a couple of times. Not since I've been like an adult though. I'm trying to think.
Have any of you guys been robbed? Like, actually, troglodyte. Fuck yeah, dude. Love you, buddy. Have any of you guys been like actually robbed at like knife point, gunpoint, or like just threatened with anything?
Nah, this dude tried to, but I wasn't slipping.
You didn't get caught lacking.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm not hitting that corner with you, bro.
I had a gun pulled on me when I was walking home from school in 3rd grade, but they weren't trying to rob me.
Who the fuck pulled a gun on a 3rd grader?
Just some dudes who were like probably in like their late teens, early 20s that lived in a house around the corner. And we were walking by, and they just pulled a fucking rifle out on us as we were walking home.
That must have been a BB gun.
No, it was a real gun. They got arrested. Like we didn't think anything of it. So like as soon as they pulled the gun, we looked over and fuck, we just fucking bounced. We just started running, and we didn't think anything of it. Like we just went about our business. And then me and my friend were at baseball practice like the next day, and the police showed up. Apparently, one of our friends told his mom, and she called the cops. And my mom was like, "Why the fuck did you not tell us?" We're like, "I don't know. The guy pulled a gun and we ran away. That was that."
Because I didn't want to get shot.
Yeah, niggas get shot every day, B. You just told your mom.
But yeah, so the dudes ended up getting arrested.
Jesus. We'll get to Troglodyte's question in a second with the super chat, but did everyone answer that?
Did you?
No,
I've had plenty of shit stolen from me. I think one of the more recent times was when I just bought this house. Like, I just moved in and I was fucking just organizing and bringing shit into the house. Like, all fucking, you know how it is when you move, you spend like fucking 12, 16 hours just moving shit.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 a.m. and I was moving shit out of my fucking SUV and I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed, and I wasn't fucking thinking. I just left my fucking passenger side door ajar, like a small amount, and left my fucking wallet sitting on the fucking seat. And I go out there the next day, or I went to get my wallet to fucking grab my ATM card to buy something online. And I'm like, where the fuck's my wallet? And I went outside and I'm like, fuck. I could see that they went through like my glove compartment and the center console. And I knew. And the biggest pain in the ass with that wasn't fucking, oh my gosh, it was so violated. It was fucking, it was having to contact the DMV because I had my fucking social security card in there, my driver's license, all of it just gone, dude.
Welcome to the hood.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Bradley's out in the street with a gun, like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Dude, who's the culprit?
What was the Clint Eastwood? What was his role? The fucking
yeah. Gran Torino.
Yeah, that was me.
Zero?
Yeah, that was me.
You fucking gooks.
Yeah, he's saying all kinds of racist shit.
What about
Bradley's out there trusting the neighborhood. And then, hey guys, how you doing?
what about you, Scoop?
Yeah, I've been robbed a couple times. One time, I think I was in 7th grade, I think, and they were high schoolers. I don't know how old they were, but we were walking back from basketball practice, and these guys came over, and I had one of those really nice indoor basketballs. If you've ever played basketball, you know the difference between an indoor and outdoor basketball. That thing does not touch the ground outside because it'll get ruined. I mean, literally. And
they're like $50 balls.
Yeah, they're like $50 balls.
Yeah.
I had it for a couple of years. Like, I love this thing. And I was walking, and one of the guys grabbed. He's like, "Hey, let me dribble that." I was like, "No. It's an indoor ball." He's like, "Oh, it's an indoor ball." He's like, "Let me hold on to that." Yep. Well, there it goes. Like, literally,
Bye.
it was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, here we go," and they just walked off. I'm like, "All right."
Isn't this the exact same scene from Boys in the Hood when they take the football?
Probably. And literally, yeah, it was just like that. Like, let me hold on to that. We had nothing to say, and then because there were three of us. It was like, dude, what do we do?
All right, we gotta do a couple shout outs. Liam, that's awesome. Amanda, are you fucking kidding me?
Holy,
we love you.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, what I miss?
We're about to get around.
Nudes.
Wait, I need to know what Liam. Yeah, I speak. What does would ye skull pints lads mean? Liam, you need to clarify. What the fuck does that mean? What else?
Amanda, that's incredible. Ralphie is Amanda's dog. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's
Ralphie's is fucking adorable. Not as adorable as Ziggs, but he's up there for sure.
We should ask the YouTube. Should we put this as an audio version? I don't know. Right?
What do you guys think? You want to do a vote?
Yeah, let's do audio. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
What was this one's interesting. I don't really have one in mind for myself personally, but what's the worst smelling sexual encounter you've ever had? Oof. I feel like we may have discussed this at some point, no?
Oof. Yeah. I mean, I know mine. It was an ex-girlfriend. I mean, she smelled. Ooh, it was just, I was hitting it from the back. It just wafted.
Yeah, you get the waft sometimes. It's just
every time you're just brah, 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 and you just
because you're just forcing the air out. Yeah, you're just forcing the air out.
You got your gas mask on. You got your quarantine gloves on. You're like, I'm going in.
That just speaks to how much we want to get laid as men. Is we're like, fuck it, we're going in.
Going in hot. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think of it that significantly because there have to have been times in my life where my penis certainly didn't smell good and fucking whomever I was with went for it, regardless. So I can't say that it's been, I've never had one that stands out being really that bad.
Not that bad. No.
Like I wasn't like dry heaving while fucking engaged in doggy, like fucking like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
I definitely had one where she where after we were done hooking up, we were sitting there on the couch and I was fingering her before and I had my arms around her and then she smelled my fingers. She goes, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And I was like, "That's you,
bitch, nasty bitch."
Okay, so Liam clarified, and it doesn't help. He then wrote, "Would ye drink pints over there at all?"
Over
Yeah, are
anywhere,
you asking us if we would drink pints with you?
Yeah.
Sure,
Drunk
why
Irish
not?
people. What the hell's going on over here?
I would literally drink pints anywhere.
Oh wait, what was Trog's question? Yeah, that was
I got it pulled up. So
the zombie. Yeah.
yes.
Would you last in a zombie
how would you last in
apocalypse?
a zombie apocalypse? But the zombies are the type from World War.
That's scary shit, dude.
Remember
Good fuck-
that
what?
scene with the World War Z?
World
The
War Z,
zombies
they're
in
like
World War Z.
super rabid and violent.
Yeah, they're
Really?
fast as fuck too. They're not the slow zombies.
Remember
from
they're
fucking
they're
Walking
running
Dead.
up the building
Yeah,
or something in Jerusalem or some shit like that. They're like
Yeah.
stacking on each other.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna last long in that case.
No,
No.
I don't have that much ammo.
They're herd animals.
Yeah, basically.
You gotta
I
hunt them
say-
like, you gotta hunt them like herd animals.
I say that
Helicopters.
what we would do is get a fucking helicopter to be powered by solar panels, and we'd all
Yes.
hop in and then fucking go
Yeah.
to Greenland or
Yeah.
Iceland or somewhere, dude.
Or we can go to the water. Alex can get us a boat where we can sail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And solar panels.
We
Yeah.
have a solar powered sailboat.
And a solar powered radio.
A solar powered sailboat.
That sounds like some Jody High Roller shit.
Versace solar powered sailboat. Oh man, that's funny.
Whatever. Here, Jared. Thank you. Whatever happened to Orlando? I don't know. Does anybody?
Oh yeah.
He moved away.
Mhm.
I saw him post an Instagram story the other day, and I was surprised. I'm like, oh, he's alive.
I actually, the last time I saw him, the last thing he said to me, we were watching the 49ers game, and he walks up to me and he goes, "So I think I raped a girl last night."
Oh my god.
Wow.
I was like, "What? What are you saying?" He's like, "No, like I'm friends with her." And I was like, "Wait, hold on, just stop the story now. What are you talking about?" But yeah, so then like a week later, he had moved away after that.
Jeez.
Alrighty, so we're back to the dark.
Yeah.
You guys got questions?
Let's see. M. Boyle. This is tough because I feel like it's something I would really have to think about before. But maybe,
Like to actually prepare for it before you
Yeah.
answer it?
but maybe we'll come up with something, on the spot. But M. Boy _ M. Boyle on Instagram asks, when
Dom,
is-
are you yawning? Are you fucking kidding
No,
me,
I'm
dude?
good. I'm good.
You're
Dog,
drunk.
everything.
You're
No,
just
I'm
drunk,
not.
dude. You're
I'm
drunk.
good. I'm
He's
good,
been drunk
man.
for a week.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing the four Tasteless Gentlemen have ever been before? So I guess
So what was the most embarrassing thing
yeah,
you've
what's the
ever
most
done?
embarrassed? Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's definitely I have these moments where I'm like going to sleep and I think about something.
Like you go back to that moment and you realize, holy shit, that was really
Why?
embarrassing.
Yeah, what was
I would definitely say we were hanging out at a friend's house, and I was trying to get a quick jerk off in the other room, and one of them walked in and caught me,
Like actually like mid jerk?
like mid jerk. Yeah,
Wow.
that
I
was
mean,
fucking awesome.
I've told the story, so I'm not going to retell it. But it was I would say that when I shit my pants in Thrifties when I was 13, that's up there for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
When Facebook was kind of new, I think I've
yes.
messaged like 2 or 3 chicks on there, like long, lengthy messages about like super wasted. Like I'm talking, come home from the bar, and then we're like drinking at the house. Now it's 4 a.m. I'm like, oh, this seems like a good time to
Oh yeah, totally.
bang one out here.
Yeah.
Fucking, hey, what up, girl? Long message.
You've always loved her for the last like 10 years.
Dude, yeah, that would never even cross my mind now.
No.
No.
It was funny back when it was
No.
new. It was almost like
Yeah.
it's almost like a drunk dial. You know?
Yeah, of course.
It's like a weird.
I actually just had a flashback to another really shitty, embarrassing moment when I was in college. This girl who I had a crush on was throwing a party at her house, and this is back when you had like 5, 6 roommates, whatever. So there were a bunch of girls, but there was one girl that lived there that I was really fucking into, and so I thought it'd be a good idea with my roommate before going to the party to drink, I don't know, like 6, 8 shots of Popov before even going. I don't remember any of it. They're like bits and pieces of the night that kind of flash in and out. But I did at some point pass out literally on the back patio of this party. So basically everyone's partying around me. I'm the guy that's laying on the fucking concrete in the backyard of this house party. And then I finally came inside and proceeded to vomit all over her couch.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's a classic case of guy on the ground.
Yep. Classic case of guy on the ground, dude.
Sick.
Dom?
I think we're about to lose Dom.
No, I'm good. I'm just thinking.
All the comments are praising Dom.
Yeah,
Dom,
yeah.
stay with us.
Somebody actually pointed out Dom's on Instagram right now.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm in there. Nah,
right.
I can't think of something most embarrassing.
Just something very embarrassing, maybe you haven't told the group.
I remember when I was like trying to take a shit at this public place, and there's no lock on the door, and the door kept opening because people kept trying to come in. I'm like trying to like push it close. And then one dude he pushed it open. I was like, bro, I'm in here. He's like, oh, look at this motherfucker. He like called his friend. I was just out there fucking toilet. I was like, bro, man, you gotta leave. He's like, hey, look at this dude. Look at how he started laughing. His brother like, all right, man, come on, let's go. He's like, no, look at him. You about to pull his phone out. I was like, come on, man, don't do me like that.
So this is why you have issues now with shitting in public, right?
Exactly, bro. I'm scarred.
All
like,
right,
little things like that.
I got one more from when I was in 5th grade. It was during gym class, and they used to roll out these like little mats for for indoor bowling. And so we had these shitty like rubber bowling balls, and we were in this little like gymnasium area in the school. And I tried to let out a fart at the very end of the PE session, and just sharted like the worst shit in my pants, and it just stunk up the entire area where everybody was like putting the stuff away. And one of the guys in my class like turned around and goes, "Ew, dude, did you just fart?"
Oh, I did more than that.
And,
I shit myself.
Yeah, I was so fucking embarrassed that I was like, oh, I don't know, that was somebody else. And I ran to the fucking bathroom and tried to like clean my shit up, and it just wasn't happening.
No.
I called my mom and I told her I felt sick, so she came and picked me up.
Sure.
Dude, speaking of,
come
go ahead.
Back then, bro. Moms would come
Yeah, save your ass.
I don't feel good. She's like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Punches her boss in the face.
Dude,
nothing comes before my son. Nothing.
I'm at the point with passing gas, like, and females, and in general, I just do, like, if I have to, I don't put myself in an uncomfortable position anymore. Like, if I've hung out with a girl more than 2 or 3 times, I'm just gonna be like,
no.
Hey.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. I don't care anymore.
That's sad.
I mean, I'll fart. I'm not like ripping ass though.
No, I'm not telling her to pull my fucking finger, but I'm saying if I got to fart, I'm not gonna put myself in an uncomfortable position, dude.
Oh, calm down, bro.
Hey, so you just blatantly just cut one, or it's more like a silent?
No, I'm just saying, like, if I'll try to hold it in for a bit, but if I've hung out with someone on a number of occasions, at some point I'm just gonna be like, I gotta fart, you know?
Is it more like a silent ninja? You just like don't say nothing.
It depends on what wants to come out, dude.
Okay.
Your asshole decides on that. You don't.
I always do the silent one and just play stupid. Like, what are you talking
What,
about?
like you blame it on the non-existent pet you don't have?
Or just like, I don't smell anything. What are you talking about?
Scoop, what are you looking at, dude?
Dude, I see the old bird.
Yeah, I know. I thought
hovering. I'm like, where's she at? Like,
ghosts, motherfucking critters.
Freaking me out, bro.
Now the move is you fart under the covers and you trap it in there until it dissipates.
All right, we do that. Or you just like move the covers around and then air it out.
Well, you think you're just wafting it on her?
Or you just do what Scoop does and shit the bed next to her.
He's asleep.
That's the move.
It's funny because back in the day, that was embarrassing, but looking back on it now, that doesn't seem embarrassing to me.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like I used to think farts were so fucking taboo, and now I'm like,
Now you're like, baby, can you just fart in my mouth one time?
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past me.
I mean, I'll literally save up a fart just so I can do something really ridiculous in front of the old bird.
Like you're
wait, time out. Can you elaborate on the do something ridiculous with a fart in front of the old bird?
Like, oh, hey, let me tell you something. And then like walk around the room and
oh, okay. All right.
We're 2 blocks away from your house and you're holding it in just to get in noise and fart on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Weren't you the one that was offended by other people farting?
Me?
Who?
No, Scoop.
I mean, yeah, don't like out in public, don't fucking fart, but in private. Like if I'm sitting at your house and you're like, come on, bro, could you not? Could you go?
You know which one I'm offended by is when you're standing at a urinal next to somebody and they bust ass.
The worst. Every dude does this.
But where are you supposed
I
to
have
do
never, dude. I can count on one hand the number of times I've had to fart while urinating, but always whenever a dude, and females don't know this, whenever we go into a fucking public restroom, there's always a dude in there taking a piss, just fucking ripping ass while he's urinating.
But
Always.
but
It's
check
so
this out.
disrespectful to the general public.
I feel the
Dude,
same way. It is disrespectful, but if you can't fart in the bathroom, where the fuck else are you supposed to fart?
You don't have to rip ass.
What do you mean? You could fart
I hear
anywhere. If you're in the outdoors, you just fucking fart.
No, but
dude.
you can also like you don't have to force it out like a fucking like it's a bazooka. Like you know what I mean? Like you can just fart without it being like.
Yeah,
It
does seem that the guys who are urinating and farting simultaneously are trying extra hard to make it like give it that oomph.
Because you're already pushing out pee, so it's like,
Yeah.
huh?
You push out your piss. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a little
You gotta
push.
get back to the pussy, baby. What are you talking about? There's girls out there. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Relax, guys. You got time.
I don't.
Yeah, man, I can't spend too
Limited.
much time with my dick in my hands.
Limited.
Gotta get it out of there.
Just remember the time to put in your hands right now.
If I would have known we would have been dealing with coronavirus right now, I would have been even more urgent about shit.
Yeah.
I haven't left the house in 6 months over here.
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, how's that squat rack?
It's in the living room. It's dope.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a whole setup here, I'd bring it out there. But
On the next episode, we do our workout regimen at home.
yeah. It's me just doing beer curls. Let's I think so. This is what I think we should do. I'll put this up for audio too. I mean, hopefully it's good for the
That
video.
seems to be the consensus as far as the audio.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll put the audio up as well. And then let's do this more often because we don't have to go anywhere. And if we have time, some people have time. We'll try to get a couple in a week, hopefully, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, do these count as episodes?
Yeah.
So, hey,
Fuck
so we
yeah,
can,
they do. Rick Roast.
hey, we can bang out like 50 of these bitches, be at fucking 200 in no
We're
time.
like
You know what I
200.
Calm down, Dom. Relax.
Yeah. We'll keep doing this. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. I was
Yeah,
kinda like,
it
I don't want to be a
wasn't
Debbie
difficult.
Downer, but like, man, this shit gonna be stupid.
It wasn't as difficult as I thought
Yeah.
it was going to be.
It was cool.
Nice to know you went into this thinking it was going to be stupid and lame.
But hey, you would have never known that if I didn't say nothing.
That's true.
But hey, it actually
Dom
worked out.
drinks Henny next show. That's the consensus. Dom's got to drink Henny.
All right, I'm down. Not even a
And
Hennessy
Alex
drinker.
needs a better mic. That's also the consensus.
And better lighting, fool. We feel like just
I know.
the press looking at you.
I'm lighting just sitting around in my fucking place.
No, but I don't have lighting either. It's just like it's
Hey.
office lighting.
Don't you have the old lights when we used to do the show?
No, that's a Bradley place.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but still though, that'll work. One of those
Yeah,
bad boys.
Use them heat lamps, motherfucker.
Yeah. The heat lamps.
Yeah,
like for
right.
lizards. All right, let's roll. Thank you guys. Appreciate everyone for their super chats.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone for their support. The old bird she's got a knife. I got to be careful. Should we pop the E? Oh,
Of course
the
we should pop the
online
E.
E.
Ziggy,
we should-
come here.
Hey, we
Ziggy,
should do like a
come here.
E. You know, all four of us, you know? I'm with it. Is Ziggy ready? Ziggadeli?
Yeah, he's probably not gonna fucking say anything though. but he's
Oh yeah,
ready.
he can't hear us. He's like,
Oh,
what the fuck
yeah.
is going on?
All right. So
And a one.
one.
And a
And a
two.
2 and 3.
E.